Hey everyone, I'm Kandyce.
I'm Latoya.
And I'm Sher'l.
And we are Sistas Unscripted.
Thank you so much for joining us.
We are completely unscripted, where we talk about all the things, all the shit, whatever we want, from the eyes of Black sisters. So stay and kick it with us.
Let's get into it.
All right, guys. So you guys want to get to know us, I'm sure, because you don't know anything about us. So we're going to start off with a rapid fire question round. So how we're going to do this, we're going to start with the oldest, okay?
Why's it gotta be the oldest?
Because it always starts off with the oldest. All right, Kandyce. All right. What is your favorite childhood memory?
Oh,
Explain.
okay, I got this one. So when we were little, we loved Michael Jackson growing up. He was all of the good parts of our childhood. Well, at least for me, I'll speak for myself. But we would do Club MJ at night, and we would dance to the cassette tape of Off the Wall. We'd turn off the lights and have like little night lights and stuff, and we'd just, I wanna rock with you. You know, it was so fun.
I don't think I remember that, but then at the same time, like, I vaguely remember that.
Yeah, Club MJ at night.
Yep, Club MJ.
And then we would sneak down the stairs and we'd still dry noodles.
Oh my god.
And
Yep.
and pasta and stuff. And
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
yeah. And mom was sleeping on the couch.
Yep. Yep.
That was fun.
Latoya, favorite movie? Favorite movie? Oh no, that's
And
hard.
why?
I will say for now, my most recent favorite movie, is probably still Forrest Gump.
Oh, that's a good one.
The reason why is because I'm an actor, and that movie, there's like an end part of the scene where when I was a kid, it moved me really heavily. And I remember being like, oh, this is interesting. And I was like, Mom, why is it doing that? She's like, oh, because you're moved by the story. And I was like, oh, I want to do that. And so that movie kind of started the curiosity of what an actor does in film and stuff like that. So that's why.
I love it.
Angel?
I wish I could relate.
All right, Sher'l. Favorite band and why?
It would have to be Alexis on Fire. They are my favorite band. They are from Canada. They are my favorite band because honestly, I really don't know why. I just know, like, my first memory with them, my coworkers, we were just talking about music, and then he gave me just like a sample, because before the music that I listen to now, I listen to like Aaron Carter, like that type of stuff. Rest in peace, homie. Anyway, so yeah, he gave me like a sample of like Epitaph Records or something like that. Anyway, and Alexis on Fire was on there, and I was like, dang, this is cool. And that's my first memory of them. I really don't know how they became my favorite though.
It's all right.
I can't answer that, but yeah. All right,
I love
cool.
that.
Okay.
Wait, I'm going to do one extra one.
Ooh,
okay.
okay.
Just a little something spicy and fun.
Okay.
All of us have to answer. Celebrity crush. We'll start with the oldest, Kandyce.
Ooh, celebrity crush, like right now or like earlier?
It could be anything. I think earlier, now.
You know, mine's gonna have to be Nick Carter. I loved me some Nick Carter because I love me the Backstreet Boys, but I don't know if y'all remember, there was this kid in class. Honestly, I'm super embarrassed by it, but there was a guy, his name was also Nick as well. And do you remember him?
I sure do.
Yeah, and he looked just like Nick Carter. I had the biggest crush on him. Biggest crush. I think he found out, and then he dyed his hair black. So I think I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but yeah, Nick Carter all the way. I still love me some Nick Carter. I'm sure I have some different ones now, but just growing up, it was him.
My morbid mind thought it just stopped at like he died. I was like, oh, plot twist. I didn't know that.
Oh no, he didn't.
He dyed his hair black.
I was like, that just changed dramatically.
That is not what happened, but
Yeah, because he dyed his hair black. That's
Yeah.
exactly did. Yeah.
that's hilarious. Sher'l, we're going to go to the youngest. Sher'l, what's your answer?
I would have to say. Wait, when did we say? Did we say childhood crush?
It could be anything.
Anything. Childhood, now, who it be?
Okay. This is kind of random, but when I really liked my Ink Master days, it was Oliver Peck. I liked me some Ollie.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
Yeah, of course not.
Oh, wow.
No, he's just a, heavily tattooed dude. Yeah, that's really about it.
Now it's Latoya's turn. Tell us your celebrity crush.
My celebrity crush.
Wait, I think I know who it is.
Who?
That guy from Incubus.
No.
No?
Oh, that came out so harsh. It's okay. No, because I do love Brandon Boyd. I adore Brandon Boyd. I always will. That was probably like childhood crush, forever crush kind of thing. I just think he's very intelligent and an amazing creator. But also, my current crush, who I think is an amazing creator as well, is Jackson Wang. Currently.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's dope. I saw him recently at Coachella this year and then in San Francisco.
You went to San Francisco this year?
I did.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
That's
You went
awesome.
didn't you go to Chinatown?
I did go to Chinatown.
Isn't that in San Francisco?
I mean, there's a Chinatown in San Francisco. Yeah. But I've been to a Chinatown also in New York when I was out
New
there.
York does.
Did you go to the Chinatown in San Francisco?
I did.
Yeah, so I knew she was in San Francisco because she went to Chinatown. And I assumed that was somewhere in California.
There's a lots of Chinatowns
Yeah, there
throughout
is.
America.
Yeah,
I don't know.
there's Chinatown in
I
New
don't
Jersey.
know.
And in Canada, like all over.
But there's a Chinatown in here too, right?
We have a small one. Like
We do?
We do.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah, along State Street.
Oh, I'll have
Those
to.
are really,
you guys
really
can take
awesome.
me. I didn't
We
know
should
had
go.
one
There's
there.
like I haven't gone there yet, but one of the highest rating like hot pot places.
That's better.
Have you gone?
Yes, I have gone. And I typically go to that Chinatown for they have a hibachi place and all you can eat hibachi place.
Hibachi.
And they have an amazing store, like market there too.
Oh, okay.
So we'll have to go adventure.
That would be fun.
Yeah, they got the crunkies or the chunkies. I really don't know what it's called, but it's something crunky, chunky.
Let's get crunk. Sorry.
Chocolate candies that they had in Japan.
Oh, because you recently were in Japan.
See, ma'am.
Well, we got to talk about that sometime.
Okay.
So I would like to know about your adventures over there.
Yeah, sure.
I want to ask a couple more questions.
Okay.
Rapid fire questions.
Let's do it.
So let's start with you, youngest, Missy. That's her nickname, by the way. And how did you get that nickname, by the way?
Mom apparently said that I have a bad attitude problem.
As she says it with a bad attitude.
I don't feel like I have a bad attitude problem. I feel the majority of the time I come up nonchalant, just because like I don't care about a lot of stuff. And I was so confused when Mom would say that because like she would say that I would roll my eyes. Like I swear to God, like I would turn around, but like apparently I'd roll my eyes, and she's like, "Don't you do that, Missy?" And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, are you crazy?
I'm
Like, are you
surprised.
sure? Because like I never felt my eyes going like, you know what I mean? I don't know.
I mean, I'm surprised Mom let you get away with that.
I
Because
mean,
I remember not about like my experience with Mom and rolling my eyes. Oof. I didn't know that if you close your eyes, you could still see. I closed my eyes and rolled them. And Mom was like, "Did you just roll your eyes?" And I was like, "No, he's just closing them." And she was like, "You better get out of my face." Oh, I was like, "What?" And I must have made Mom real mad because she's like a peacemaker.
Oh my goodness.
And she was like, "Get out my face. I'm about to like pop you in the face."
sometimes as moms we get like that. So I totally get it. Mom probably just hit her point, and you probably were the cherry on top.
I probably was. It seemed like I was always the cherry on top in some
I bet you we
intense
all were. We
situation.
all had our moments for sure.
I mean, I only can speak from my own perspective.
As she looks at me the majority of the time, did you know that? Notice that?
Wait, what?
Like, I mean, I can only speak about me the majority of the time.
It wasn't even. That was not even supposed to be shady at you.
Did you not notice that?
It was.
It didn't seem like shade to me.
It just seemed. I was just trying to include you into the
I wonder
conversation.
why. I wonder why you would say that.
Y'all are hilarious. Okay, let's get back to it. Let's do. Oh, which question did I want to do?
Wait, didn't you ask the question?
No, because I'd said Missy, and then I said, how did you get that name?
Oh, yeah.
Did we finish that story?
Yeah. Well, or did you?
Yeah, I feel like I did. But I will say,
She had bad attitude.
I never had any intentions of doing that. I don't feel like I had a bad attitude. I honestly thought my mom was crazy every time that she said that. Because I don't, like, I really don't remember doing those movements. Like,
We definitely have to have Mom on the show.
Oh, for sure.
I'm so curious.
Her perspective would be hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into, let's see, what's the hardest lesson you've learned, Sher'l? It's kind of a hard rapid fire question, but
Yeah, it's hard to always pick like the ist, right? Like the hardest. So I'll just do like a hard lesson that I learned. One of the tougher ones. It was basically when I got my car taken away when I was 16 years old because I hit a mailbox and ran.
oh,
But honestly,
I didn't know this.
looking back, I should have just taken down that damn mailbox. Not sorry. I hated
Wow.
I mean, what did I hate? I guess I didn't hate anything. I guess I'm just talking just to talk. But yeah, it was very frustrating. Looking back, I definitely should have ran over that damn mailbox. But yeah, long story short, I was coming home, but my stepsister at the time, she was walking home, and I wanted to see if she wanted a ride home. So I stopped, but I stopped in front of this brick mailbox, and I was like, oh, I'm pretty sure I have enough room. So like, I just barely let my foot off of the brake, not even gas. Okay, guys, off the brake anyway. And then I was turning around, and I just like, honestly, I just like kissed the mailbox. That's it. Just a little
smoochy
tap. Yeah, like it reminds me of like Happy Gilmore when he's like, just tap it in. Just tap it in. A little tap tap. Like that's it.
A little tap kiss.
Yeah, just like a tap 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 root to the mailbox. That's it. That's all it did. But it did wonders of damage to my damn car. You know what I'm saying? What is happening in this world? So like, I was trying to like just turn around to go back to my stepsister at the time and see if she needed a ride. But honestly, after I tapped it, I was like, shit, I don't know what to do. And so I just like, I was real nervous. And then looking at the damage on my car, I was like, oh my gosh, what am I supposed to do? Like, can I duct tape this? No, I can't duct tape this. Like, this is terrible. And of course, the ward called Dad. And then Dad was going out of town. And then he just did a 180, came back. And then all of a sudden he visited me at work. And I was like, oh no.
Snitches
girl.
get stitches. That's all I got to say about that.
For real.
Stay in your own lane, y'all.
I mean,
Mind your business.
For reals. Like, I would honestly, if any of those people are listening, like, I'd love to see where your stitch is at. Like, I'd love to see them, because I don't think any of y'all got your karma. Shoot. Anyway. Sorry, just a little triggered. I'm like, I'd love to see them stitches, because you bitches haven't gotten them stitches yet.
That's what I was going to say. I was like, I don't think they got no stitches, girl, because they haven't gotten that yet. That's all I'm saying. It's a little cautionary tale.
I'm saying, that was like over 20 years. No, that was not over 20 years ago.
It was a long time ago, though.
A long enough time to create scars.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Anyway, toughest lesson. So my bad. Going back to that. Yeah. So honestly, what should have happened is, don't hit and run people. And you know, when you do hit something, just stop and just have a conversation. No big deal. But honestly, looking back now and knowing what I know, even if I did like not a hit and run, I still probably would have gotten screwed over. So like, honestly, screw it. I probably took the good way out. You know what I'm saying? Because if I went the actual good way, my ass probably would have been beat.
As a teenager, yeah. But as an adult, I think it'd be different.
Oh, yeah. As an adult, you'd be... the consequences are severely different. But then again, we are 3 black sisters.
Yeah.
And we know how being black in America is. But we don't got to get into that today.
Not yet.
Yeah, I was 16, you know, and that was a long time ago. It's just a different world now. But yes, if I was an adult, I would not be doing that. Definitely.
Well, you're very responsible. So.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you. Thanks.
Lesson learned. Check.
I was just gonna say that. Check.
All right, who's next?
Well, Toy, I want you to answer the question too.
Hardest lesson?
Yeah.
Ooh. I don't know. I agree with Sher'l. The ist is hard to like quantify as in like one thing. I will say maybe, you know, I went through a journey in 2014 and I still think I'm going through it now. The hardest lesson is don't be so willing to sacrifice who you are for the sake of other people. And I would like to think that I'm a giver and very empathetic towards other people and want to like constantly show up for others, but I do that sometimes at the sacrifice of my own well-being because I want to make sure people are taken care of. And in that duration of time, and probably like up to that point where it kind of clicked in and started like, you know, you start losing yourself along the way. And then finally, when I had moments to really separate myself from certain entities or beings that I was in my world, in my orbit, had to like, you know, let them go.
Right.
Essentially, when I didn't have that constant in my life, it was like, oh, who am I? And what am I doing? All those questions started coming to me. So, not to get too deep on the very first episode, but at the same time, like losing yourself. And I had to learn that losing yourself comes with a cost and you have to earn it back when you're so willing to give it away so easily.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
That like gave me chills a little bit.
Yeah. It was something like as simple as like earning back my name, earning back my identity for who like I want to be and who I am. And then, I mean, I also learned in that time that you're going to lose yourself often in life. So you try to, at least for me, I try to re-examine what I've lost. So maybe the next time if I get lost again, I can understand what it is and try to like work it back into who I am. Or was I supposed to let it go in the first place?
Right. Oh, that's a good one.
That's kind of me.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that is actually really good. Yeah. Gosh, that's better than mine. Okay, I was thinking about that. I was thinking about that. I was like, wait, was mine even a lesson? Mine was more like the hardest thing not hardest, one of the hardest things that's happened to me. Not necessarily lesson, but like, I'm fine. I don't want to talk about lessons. I like that. That did not make any sense what I just said.
We understand.
We understand you.
I'm sure other people will go, yeah, I think I get it.
Yeah.
As you can't tell, I'm the middle kid, and I always go to like cut through to the deep stuff.
She really does.
It's hard. I mean, I'm funny.
It's good. Oh, she's so funny.
Am I funny? I don't know. I can't like pimp myself
Oh,
out.
you know you funny. You know you funny.
But yeah, I always go to some deep stuff. But
No, I like it. I think that's a good call. Like, I remember my prior job that I just separated with, they talked about like brand. In your case, like would be similar to them is like your brand. And like once when you do things to sacrifice your brand, it's hard to rebuild that brand and build that perception with people. So like, and that's some things that people need to like understand when they go online or when they like go out in the world and present themselves. Like, are you hurting your perception or are you like building it, or like, you know, just things to be aware of. Well, being self-aware. So hard.
It is so hard because like who you put on, even if it's not you will gravitate people who will respond to it.
Oh, for sure.
And so do you want that kind of like what mask you are putting on? Is that who you want those masked people to come hang out with you in your orbit? Does it make you better or does it make you worse? Or maybe I should rephrase, does it strengthen you and who you are, or does it take away from who you are? And I think like when you take off your mask and you just are comfortable with who you are, you're going to find the people that you want to be surrounded by. And then you'll be able to actually capture or at least see a little bit better those who are wearing the masks around you to basically, you know, be around your energy when you're like, I don't know if I want to mess with that kind of thing. So you always could do it in a kind way. And also like the more you put on something, the more you're going to gravitate whatever you put onto yourself.
Right.
So
I totally agree.
got to be cognizant of like self check-ins are important.
Oh,
So.
for sure. Y'all taking me to church today.
Let's go.
Oh, Latoya took you to church. I just took you through why you
Gotta get an amen. Amen. Can I get an amen?
Come on, Sher'l.
I mean, I thought it was gonna be like a joint thing, but I guess it's not.
Amen.
You don't
Thank
have to
you.
do it. I won't force you. I just talked about being masked. You don't have to wear no mask.
Thank you.
What about you?
Me?
Yes, you knew it was gonna come.
Honestly, I didn't think we were gonna To be honest, I thought we were going to skip to the next thing, but
No.
all right.
You got to answer the deep questions too if it goes there.
Yeah.
The oldest of the trio.
Yeah, that's hard because, like Sher'l was saying, there's a lot. We all have been through a lot of hard things. Everybody in general goes through a lot of hard things and, learns a lot of lessons from them or takes a lot of things from them. The one that kind of comes at the top of my head would probably be that kind of something along the lines of what you're saying, Toy. To not be willing to give so much of yourself because other people aren't going to pour into you as you pour into other people. Mm-hmm. So be aware of how much you're pouring into people. And I hate to say that, but I feel like the world has kind of gotten to a point where it's like, we need to be sort of on the same vibration for me to give you, my energy. And if I'm not getting that in return, I don't want it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's because I feel like a lot of my life, I've done a lot of giving to other people and I'm not getting things in return. Not that I'm asking or wanting things back, but I want reciprocation of communication, of, quality time, that sort of thing. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So I'm really learning how to really learn how to observe my energy. Is that the right way to say it?
Yeah, I think so.
Just to keep my energy or give my energy to those that deserve it. Mm-hmm. Because I know that I'm going to get that in return. Because it's exhausting when you're giving to people that and then you start pouring from an empty cup and then the people around you that you love the most are the ones that suffer because you have nothing else to give.
Yeah. What do they say? If a flame is going down, you put the mask on first and then you help others. It's it's the same philosophy of you got to make sure your cup is full. So then the overflow of the cup can be given to other people, but yours has to be full first.
Yep, exactly. And I feel like kind of the way that we all grew up is very much, we have to always be doing something for other people, and doing things for ourselves was selfish. Mm-hmm. And doing things for ourselves now, I believe doing things for ourselves is not selfish. And, like I said, I want to be able to put in the energy that people are putting into me. Mm-hmm. So
yeah. I think the hard part of that is not only pouring into yourself first and then pouring into people what they pour into you and et cetera, but also trying to identify those people who you need to pour into versus the people that you shouldn't pour into. So I think naturally we want to give time and energy to people that we want to, and those wants doesn't necessarily always equal the need.
Oh, for sure.
Mm-hmm. So
for sure.
You have to, and the people that you need to pour into isn't necessarily always who you want to pour into, but you have to go through that journey to figure out who weed out those people,
Right.
So.
I think it kind of comes down to a little bit just dating in general. For me personally, I want, obviously, there's people out there that aren't going to meet my vibration, and that's fine. And I really liked what you said when you said, we want to
pour into other people, but it's
sometimes, or we need to pour into them, but maybe we don't want them to, or I'm sorry.
No, I think Sher'l said who we want to pour into is not necessarily who we need to pour into.
Just in dating in general, say you really like somebody and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to pour into this person so much, but yet they're giving you 20%.
If that.
Right. Not even bare minimum. And, but you're like, oh my gosh, we have a really, really good connection. And you could really have a really good connection, but yet you're still not getting, the reciprocation of what you need. And really at the end of the day, it's that's not someone you should be pouring into, even though you want to. You shouldn't, and it should be kind of a clear sign of maybe it's time to move on.
Yeah.
And I know, for context, I know how we are, but for people listening in, I definitely encourage, if you feel that you are in a situation, in a relationship or whatnot, where someone isn't, meeting you at the same like vibration, or they're not pouring in the same levels or whatnot, have that conversation. Give them the opportunity, because perception is everything. They may feel that they're giving the same amount, but like your perception is that they're not. So like trying to understand where the other person is and like how they show that they care and how they show love type thing. Because it maybe just might be a misunderstanding, but like at the end of the day, if you guys have the conversation and like they still don't match up, then yeah.
Oh, for sure. You definitely got to communicate those needs and give the other person the opportunity to, fulfill your need. And if they can't fulfill that, then at that point, it's like you have a choice to make. Yeah. Am I going to stay in this, or am I going to move on with my life?
Yeah. Well, I love the three of us. We're like very much give the benefit of the doubt first kind of people.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't like that part of myself.
But like, I don't feel like it's us giving the benefit of the doubt. Like, I think it's just like being aware, I understand that I'm not the best like communicator, and my intentions, I honestly feel my intentions when I move, I move with positivity, and all I want to do is just like bring kindness and happiness. But how the person accepts my communication, it could be entirely different. So I do feel that just naturally humans miscommunicate all the time. So, okay, there's a miscommunication. I'm going to try to clarify so we can try to get on the same page. And I think that's just only respectful.
Yeah.
And like humane. I feel like by default, all humans should do that. But we don't live in that world, It is 2023.
Well, and I will say too, like, as somebody who also struggles with communication, just like backgrounds are important to observe and like talk about, I think, in relationships. And I think it could be either romantic relationships or friendships or even like business partners and stuff, how we show up in the world based on like our backgrounds, like our childhood, our whatever, it does affect how we communicate. Oh, yeah. So like if you come from a household where communication was not a thing, you're going to learn that. And then having to navigate what you've learned and what you saw based on your parents or the world, the country you live in, it definitely affects how you communicate and what your communication skills are. And then how do you navigate that within a relationship, with other people? And how do you give the benefit of the doubt to try to learn that communication? Because I love what you said, Sher'l, about like, you learn how people communicate and how you can adjust so you can make sure that you're being understood and they're being understood as well. And sometimes the backgrounds do affect that. And sometimes you can't find the way to just talk, about your needs or in general, just because of the background that you came from. It doesn't work for everyone sometimes, and sometimes you just got to let go, even though you don't want to. But I think it is important to learn like what it is, what someone's background is, because it informs how they show up.
Absolutely. 100%. I think it's crazy that you both feel like you don't communicate well, because I think you both are such great communicators. Like, you're so good.
Really?
Yeah. Like just doing this whole podcast thing, like I'm just totally just sucked into what you both are saying. And it just comes so naturally. And me personally, I feel like it doesn't. And so I feel like I'm like, all the time. So.
But Sher'l said perception is everything.
That's true.
And that's not my experience of you, which is fascinating.
Really?
Yeah.
I agree.
That's crazy to me. Because I totally feel like I don't know what I'm talking about sometimes, or that I don't, like, I have this idea in my head and I'm like, I know exactly what's going on in my head, but when I say it, I'm like, did that even make any sense?
I actually often, when I try to explain things in any setting, I always go, does that make sense? And I hope it doesn't come off like condescending to people when I say that. It's not me going like, do you get what I'm saying?
Right.
It's really me going like, did you understand
for sure.
Because I felt like I just danced around a tree, climbed it, jumped to the moon and was like, I'm coming back.
Right.
Did you get it? And they'd be like, what the hell are you talking about? And I'm like, I don't know. I know in my head what I'm trying to convey, but is it being conveyed?
Right.
In the way that I'm trying to formulate words so it hits you,
Right.
know, that you're like, I get it. But the getting got is hard.
Oh, absolutely agree. But I think y'all are wonderful communicators, and I learn a lot from both of you.
Likewise.
Same.
Come on, sisters.
Come on, sisters. We kind of got a little deep there, huh? So let's move on from rapid fire.
We're still at rapid fire?
Yeah, I know.
Should we just do one? No, let's do one more.
Dang.
Let's do one more.
Okay,
Okay.
rapid fire is going to become like the thing for us.
Let's
Like Angela Bassett did the thing. I had to do it. Always.
I love it. Well, you picked the question then.
Okay. What is? You can either do your favorite song or a song that has been your favorite lately, or a popular song of yours. Let's start with Kandyce.
Do I have to do the why too? Or no?
Oh my gosh. Okay, yours totally hits mine because I was gonna say human nature and then why?
I'm going to say weirdly it's human nature. Had to.
All right, sure. Let's hear.
I love mine. Honestly, like I have a lot of favorite songs, but honestly, this at the top of my head right now, Human Nature is one of my favorite songs. I love Michael Jackson. Y'all know this. Sweet. And honestly, sometimes I wonder about you, Sher'l, because there's times you be posting stuff on Instagram. I'm like, okay, she posting some OG Michael. I'm like,
I know she loves some Michael Jackson.
so I know you like him, but sometimes I'm wonder if you like him like Latoya and I do. Okay, that answers my question.
Probably not. I definitely had my ups and downs with the MJ for sure. But
Why? Tell us, Sher'l, why?
bitch, I don't know. That's the interesting part. I don't know because like it's not like whenever I think about Michael Jackson, it's not negative memories come up. Like, no, it was all good. I honestly think that I just have a hard time with Michael Jackson because everyone is so Twilight about him for a long time. And, you know, I'm like the rebel of the family, so I naturally just repel
Are you?
against what's popular. Yeah, I was until you came along.
Oh,
Well, I've been around a long time.
I was say she came along before you.
I'm ancient.
Yeah, but I
don't know about that.
This personality plenty years before you.
What? I've definitely grown in my time, but like,
Do you see that? What? I mean, when she said that's the accept.
I have always been like this.
Yeah. No, but I love Human Nature. That's the first song that pops in my head. I know there's so many more songs that are coming to mind right now, but that's the first one that pops in my head.
Did you tell us why?
Why? Honestly, I don't really have a why. Well, no, I guess sort of. Just Michael Jackson in general for me. Like I said earlier, in like one of my favorite childhood memories.
That wasn't a good one. Shimona. That wasn't good either.
There's actually historical.
I know. I learned about that too. The Shimon.
I need to like really look into that, but like I was blown away. I was like, you better call out a soul sister.
Oh, right?
MJ.
Yeah.
I know. I thought that was cool too.
Keep going.
But.
Sorry. Keep going. Dang it. Can you stop taking my stuff?
I'm sorry. Can I answer the question?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm trying to interrupt you.
We're
Okay,
picking
sorry,
up the
keep going.
vibes. Picking up the vibes.
Can you see our sister dynamic already?
Dynamic.
I know. I really see it. That's what I mean.
I do it too.
Dynamic. Oh my gosh.
Should
Can
be
we
a
do that
song.
three, like three harmonies?
Dynamic.
That is so terrible. But anyways, are you gonna let me finish?
Yeah, keep going, girl.
Thank you. But no, as I was saying earlier, and MJ was a lot of the good parts for me of my childhood. I mean, I won't speak for you two, but
And I mean, I feel like everybody nowadays, has had a hard childhood. We all have our own traumas and things, but his music was always on when we were doing family barbecues and playing our Club MJ in our room when we were grounded or on restriction, as Dad calls it.
Worst times of my life.
Really though.
6 months of restriction because he forgot.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Hated it. But no, I love his music. His music kind of transports me to like a different time, and I can just kind of close my eyes and kind of feel the music through me. I know it sounds so cheesy. I know Sher'l. I know she'd probably rolling her eyes.
I don't think so. I think Sher'l gets it.
Do you?
With Alexis Fire? For sure. Am I wrong?
This fire triggered.
But no, it just his music, it's particularly his older stuff from like his Off the Wall album and Thriller album. Like, that music takes me to a different place, and it just feels good. So, what about you, Sher'l? Favorite song and why?
It's probably something with coming back from our family vacation or driving to a family vacation. I was listening to Atreyu. Lead Cells and Anchors, I believe, is the album. And I got that in high school, and I thought it just spoke to me because it spoke to all my emo parts. Doomsday was pretty good. I don't really have a specific reason why. I guess same thing. It's very nostalgic. It reminds me of when I worked at Burger King and gave someone a shot in the ass.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yep, sure did.
But
Right in the booty cheek.
like, were they diabetic?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How come you never told us this story?
Well, sounds like there's tons of things you're gonna learn about me on Sistas Unscripted. Join us.
On the next episode.
You can also learn more about me.
Wow, that's funny. I love it.
Yeah, I gave someone a shot in the booty hole. Not in the booty hole. In the booty. In the
Booty hole? That's different.
In the booty cheek. I grabbed the big old handful of ass.
Oh my gosh.
Stuck it in there.
Hey, you probably saved
And
someone's
then
life.
the plot twist was it was a joke. They played a joke on.
Are you serious? Oh, they just wanted you to grab their ass. That's what that was. Being in HR, now that I'm in HR, oh my goodness, I would have been like, excuse me?
You know what? It would go from giving a shot in the ass to getting your ass beat.
Oh, for sure.
I was like
Get a shot in the ass to a foot in the ass.
Okay. Yeah,
Like-
put in the ass. A size 10 woman shoe up your ass. So inside joke.
And that's actually what the reason why Dad made me quit Burger King.
Oh, dang. I didn't know that.
Wow.
Yeah, because I told Dad about it because I was frustrated that they were like not picking. Looking back, right? Like as a kid, I thought they were picking on me, but looking back on it, it's just friendly banter, and they're dudes. Like they're just treating me like dudes. How treat dudes, And I just told Dad, and I was like venting because Dad's like, come whenever come talk to me whenever you need to. I should have never done that. Yeah. And then
For real. There's a lot of things you don't tell Dad.
I'm gonna drink my coffee.
I said I never fell for that trap, damn it. Anyway, yeah, and then that's why I started working at Kmart.
I went to
Kmart that
Kmart
doesn't
too.
even exist.
I know, it don't exist no more.
I sure did not work at Burger King or Kmart.
That's right. I forgot you
almost
went to
did.
Kmart. Yeah, and you didn't.
I almost
You
worked at
Kmart,
Burger
too.
King. I mean, nothing wrong with that.
Right.
I just almost did, and then I got a job at a country club, which was not an upgrade.
Remember that?
I mean, I got paid better
oh, I totally forgot about that.
for like if I worked a shift, let's say, and it was like multiple hours, I'd make like a quick $200.
Dang. And as a teenager?
As a teenager, I was like, great.
Yeah, I'm rich.
Yeah. I mean, I felt like I was like,
That wasn't even my
$200?
first check.
Yeah,
My
that's-
first check wasn't even $25.
Dang. See, that's why I was like, I can't do a Burger King. I got to go. I need to go work for them rich white folks.
Give me the money.
I mean, come on, it's a country club in a small town. Come
Yeah,
on.
we grew up in a small city, and pretty much like we were the only
the only black people in the neighborhood.
There was like maybe 2 of us like on the corner like for a second.
2 of us.
Was there?
Just the 2 of us living on the corner.
We can make it if we try.
Oh, I was gonna try to sing.
But really, I thought we were the only ones.
We were for a little bit, and then there was like a black family, and then they were like, "That ain't it. We got to go."
I don't
And we
blame
said-
them. We were there for like 12 years.
We were there forever, and then those people were already aware of Jordan Peele's Get Out, and they got out. But for some reason, we stayed.
Is that why we got our house toilet papered a few times?
I mean, I'm not gonna say yes, and I'm not gonna say no.
If someone knew why we got our house TP, that would be nice, because honestly, I didn't like being woken up by my dad early morning to get that shit out. That sucked.
We had to clean it.
At our expense.
Oh, for sure.
Right?
It's terrible.
I mean, I think it was just kids being kids because it's called, and I think it was like Halloween time, and a lot of people do that stuff.
I don't think
And
so.
we had literally, listen, y'all, we had, and I'm great, no shade or anything to our parents because I'm so grateful that we had a place to live and we had a roof over our head, but we had the smallest house, but the biggest front yard. It was the craziest thing. Had a small ass
We
backyard.
lived on a corner.
Yes, we lived on a corner. So we,
Black people on the corner.
it wasn't me. But no, we lived on a corner and our front yard was huge. So we had these huge, like, was it 2 or
Gorgeous
3
trees.
big trees? It was 3 big trees and they had so many leaves. Like they were wonderful. Like we played through them and had a lot of fun with them. But oh my gosh, in the fall time, whew, it was not fun raking them leaves or mowing that lawn.
You are on restriction until every last leaf falls off that damn tree.
For real.
Yeah, that was torture.
Yeah.
The butter knife.
Oh my gosh, y'all.
We'll have to talk about that.
That's another episode. That's an episode in itself.
Wait, but are y'all gonna ask me what my favorite song is?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you right
See,
now.
this is what so since Sher'l was like, this is what happens for all the younger people and the youngest in the family.
Gosh, I thought you were doing a Michael Jackson, like, beat the people, to beat the people. I can't even do it. You did sound like you were Michael Jackson skitty scatting.
Oh my gosh. Now I'm thinking I can't go, scoot it up. Scoot it up.
Salt peanuts.
Salt peanuts.
If you know that reference. But no, I am the middle kid. And this is what happens when I have the older sibling and the younger sibling. When
Oh, do you have fear of FOMO?
No.
No,
Y'all
she-
just have a dynamic. Y'all are more alike than you think.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
I think we're all alone.
I mean, we're all alike, yes, but the y'all middle children know what I'm talking about. Okay.
Here we go, middle
Just gonna
child
put
syndrome.
that. I mean, I'll just talk about it for real. Like, it is a thing.
No, it's I definitely have seen it, so I get it. I hear you and I see you, sis.
I don't.
Oh, that was Sher'l, by the way.
And I harmonized on accident. I can't help it. Music is in my blood. Help it if I want it. I don't know that.
Anyway, sorry. We always pop in a song, but
We do.
No, you guys do.
Or movie references.
Anyway,
okay. What
Song.
Yes. What's your favorite song, sis?
Oh, I don't know.
She's gonna ask me.
Are you kidding me?
Listen.
Are you
She,
kidding?
she says, "Are you gonna ask me the question?" Then we ask her. She's like, "I don't know."
And she just sits there and laughs. Like, bitch, are you kidding me right now?
All right, fine. I'll get it together. Favorite song?
She's just like the men I cut.
What? How dare you? I am me. Thank you.
I'll never be him.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't know what it is either. Okay, moving on to Latoya's favorite song.
I mean, there's a lot of like beautiful songs that I really like. Like this year, a theme song that has come up for me, speaking of Jackson Wang earlier, is "Come Alive" from his Magic Man album. So I really, that song kind of like lit a fire under my ass. I've been like, oh yeah, like right, I have some dreams that I need to get back to. But I will say, a favorite has always been, Clé de Lune, I think is how you say it. It's Debussy. It's a classic piano piece.
That's cool. I haven't heard of it.
Gorgeous. It's like, it was one of those nights where I was young And I think I was driving home and I was just like going through the radio and that song came on. It was a full moon and that song came on. I'm a very emotional person, as you all know.
But are you?
Yes. Well, I mean,
She hides it really well, but I
do.
think behind closed doors, she's a waterfall.
oh, I totally am. Yeah. I guess on Sistas Unscripted, you're going to learn a lot about me too. I guess we're going to learn a lot about all each other.
For real.
Because we're now adults. So, but yeah, like that song moved me to tears as I'm like driving home. Like, oh my God, the world's so beautiful.
Is it kind of like the Titanic soundtrack?
Oh my God, I love.
I loved that soundtrack.
I love classical music too. Like I love orchestrations, and I love jazz music. That was like a tie between also Miles Davis's Blue and Green is one of my favorites. Like I can listen to that song all the time, especially when I'm driving like long distances. I love jazz music.
Did you like the Edward Scissorhands soundtrack?
Loved it.
I loved it too.
Yeah, that stuff makes you cry as well. So yeah, there's a lot of different kinds of music that I really, really love. So from hip hop all the way to classic.
Oh yeah.
Jazz and pop and rock and roll. You know, like Incubus is still one of my favorite bands of all time.
Do you like some country?
Yeah, I don't really like country.
Be cautious, because I will judge the F out of you guys.
That's fine, Judge. We're getting to know each other.
That's right. That's right. I guess that's right.
Yeah, no judgment on this.
For real, no judgment-free zone.
But also, like, there might be slight judgment.
Country music. I'm not into country music, no disrespect to anyone who does, but like old westerns, bluegrass music I think is really cool because they tell really good stories. So like music that tells stories really intrigue me.
Right.
Because I mean I'm a storyteller, so anything that can do that musically or lyrically or both really catches my attention and moves me really deeply. So yeah,
I like a little bit of country. I mean, definitely not a lot. Again, no offense, no shade to people that love that stuff because, you know, you love what you love. But yeah, I don't know. I'm more of like the pop country type stuff. I like.
What is even pop country?
Like Carrie Underwood.
Oh, okay.
You know, honestly, I don't know a lot of names when it comes to country artists, but yeah, it's more the pop stuff. Yeah. Pop country. But
they have good voices though.
Oh,
say, like,
beautiful.
They have stunning voices, but yeah. As a respecter, like appreciator of beautiful singing.
Right.
But just the style is not really
for you.
My thing.
For sure. What about you, sis? Sher'l?
No. Sorry, hang on. No.
Well, you heard it here, folks. Sher'l does not like country. Well, folks, that wraps up part 1 of episode 1 of Sistas Unscripted. Thanks so much for joining us today. Make sure to tune into our next episode for part 2, where we'll dive deeper into our stories and you'll get to learn more about us. We have some exciting discussions, so you definitely won't want to miss it. We want to hear from you, so if you have topics, comments, questions, or just even a shout out, feel free to email us at sistasunscripted@gmail.com. And remember, it's sisters, not sisters. Thanks again for joining us. Sisters out!